You are welcome. Sorry, this flag is not available. M A is Matthew. Somu fan. Is it your name, Somu fan? Soumo. Somu fan. Okay, the next name is Mia. Thank you so much, Mia. Stray Kids and Lee Min Ho. Okay. Stray Kids and Lee Min Ho. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Wait a minute. I think the screen is okay, it's quite enough. Okay, the next name is Hamza. Thank you so much, Hamza, for joining. And the next name is Albin. Albin. Thank you so much for joining. And the next name is Magan. Thank you so much for joining. And the next name is Jungkook and Jimin. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is MEGANSKINDIEL. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Jeon Yon Chai. Thank you so much for joining. The next name is Elisa. Thank you so much for joining, Elisa. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Lara Raj, thank you so much for joining, Lara. And Raj, thank you so much. Okay, the next name is this. Danila ABINIC. What is Avanzini? Avanzini. Okay, Avanzini. Thank you so much for joining, Danila. Okay, the next name is Sophia. This is so cute name, Sophia. Thank you so much for joining. Left 40s. Where is it? Left 40s. Left 40 easy. Okay, thank you so much, Sophia, for joining. Okay, the next name is sorry, Nicoly. Nicole. Thank you so much for joining. Avenzini, it's Avenzini. Oh, sorry, it's Avenzini. It's capital A. Thank you so much for joining. Zamara, Zamarah. Zamara, thank you so much for joining. Faiza, thank you so much, Faiza, for joining. Faiza, okay. The next name is Han. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is this Ezekiel. Thank you so much for joining. The next name is Simra. Thank you so much, Simra, for joining. Simra, it's not Sumra. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Orzik. Is it a name, Orzik? Orzik. Okay, whatever it is, I am mentioning on screen. Okay, the next name is Manan. Thank you so much for joining, Manan. Okay, the next name is Robert. Thank you so much, Robert, for joining. Do Emily. Okay, Emily. Thank you so much, Emily, for joining. Okay, the next name is Havang. HAWNG. Okay. Hyun Chin. The next name is Won Hee. Thank you so much for joining, Won Hee. Okay, the next name is Chiquita. KOUID. Thank you so much for joining, Chiquit. Scarlett. The next name is Scarlett. Thank you so much, Scarlett, for joining. Scarlett. Okay, the next name is Arwa. Thank you, Arwa, for joining. Okay, the next name is Madachi. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Iroha. Thank you so much, Iroha, for joining. Next name is Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you so much for joining. Iroja. Iroha. Okay. The next name is this. Hyeon. Thank you so much for joining. And the next name is Holley. Thank you so much for joining, Holly. Francisca. Francisca is the next name. Francisca. Thank you so much, Francisca, for joining. Okay, the next name is Jiwon. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Iquilu. Iquilu. This is so much difficult to pronounce. Okay, the next name is Trevon or Trevon. Next name is Anna Sophia. Thank you so much for joining, Anna Sophia. Okay, the next name is Camilin. Camelin. Thank you so much, Camilin, for joining. The next name is Melissa. Thank you so much, Melissa, for joining. Okay, the next name is Rukaya. Thank you so much for joining. Hazel. Okay, next name is Hazel. Thank you so much, Hazel, for joining. The next name is Eva. Thank you so much, Eva, for joining. Next name is Lara. Thank you so much, Lara, for joining. Caroline. Thank you so much for joining, Caroline. Miriam. Sharon. Thank you so much, Sharon, for joining. Okay, the next name is ALY. Thank you so much, Ella, for joining. Elia. Sabrina Carpenter. Okay, the next name is Sabrina Carpenter. Thank you so much, Sabrina, for joining. Okay, the next name is this Johnny. Thank you so much, Johnny, for joining. Next name is Lizzie. Thank you so much, Lizzie, for joining. Okay, the next name is Yon Chai. Thank you so much, Yon Chai, for joining. Okay, the next name is Jisoo. Thank you so much, Jisoo, for joining. Kyunho is the next name. Thank you so much for joining. Danila Kirsiai. Danila Kirsiai. Thank you so much, Danila, for joining. Medium. Thank you so much for joining. Amber Mary. Amber Mary, thank you so much for joining. Amber Mary, happy birthday to you. Mary, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amber. Happy birthday to you. Okay, the next name is Megan. Oops. Okay, next. Next name is Megan. Thank you so much for joining. Prawn. Max. Thank you so much, Max, for joining. Mariam. Mariam, thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Nicole. Nicole, thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Johan. Thank you so much for joining. Next name is again Lara Raj. Thank you so much for joining, Lara Raj. Again, next name is Wonhee. Thank you so much again for joining. Lisa, thank you so much, Lisa, for joining. Miriam, thank you so much for joining and happy birthday to you. Okay, the next name is Conrad. Conrad, Condrad. Conrad. Thank you so much for joining, Conrad. The next name is Manon. Thank you so much, Manon, for joining. Okay, the next name is who is next? Seung Hoon. Seung Hoon, thank you so much for joining, Seung Hoon. Hyun Jin is again and again writing his name. Isosa. Thank you so much for joining, Isosa. Sophia, thank you so much, Sophia, for joining. What is this? In Happen. Thank you so much, In Happen, for joining. Thank you so much for joining, In Happen. Okay, who is next? Felix, thank you so much for joining, Felix. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Next name is Lee Yongbuk. Thank you so much, Lee Yongbuk, for joining. Next name is Danila. Thank you so much, Danila, for joining. Danila, thank you so much, Danila. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Next name is Iroha. Thank you so much, Iroha, for joining. Next name is Blackpink. Okay, Blackpink, thank you so much for joining. Next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Next name is Kibi. Thank you so. Oops. What is this happening? Okay, the next name is Kibi. Thank you so much, Kibi, for joining. Next name is okay, Imoka. Thank you so much for joining. Oops. Kanishka. Thank you so much, Kanishka, for joining. Kanishka, thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Gulsin. I think I'm pronouncing this name rightly. Gulsin, thank you so much for joining. Manan is again writing his name here. Manan, thank you so much for joining again. Okay, the next name is Linao. Thank you so much for joining, Linao. Next name is Kosar. Thank you so much, Kosar, for joining. And the next name is Sherry. Thank you so much, Sherry, for joining. Okay, who is next? Next name is Danila again. AVANZINE. Okay, Avanzini. Thank you so much, Danila, for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Ivan is the next name. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Seungmin. Seungmin. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Ashwarya. Thank you so much, Ashwarya, for joining. Next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Daniel. Thank you so much, Daniel, for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Next name is Tella. Thank you so much for joining. Cassida. Thank you so much, Cassida, for joining. Quasida. It's not Cassida, it's Quasida. Nikki. Thank you so much, Nikki, for joining. Jasmine, you are welcome. Thank you so much for joining, Jasmine. Asia, thank you so much, Asia, for joining. Okay, the next name is Dan. Thank you so much for joining, Dan. Claudia is the next name. Claudia, thank you so much, Claudia, for joining. Okay, the next name is Estevan. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. The next name is this. Parrot. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Luna. Thank you so much, Luna, for joining. Jessica. Thank you so much, Jessica, for joining. Leticia. Thank you so much, Leticia, for joining. Hyunjin is again and again writing his name, and thank you so much again and again for you. Lara, thank you so much, Lara, for joining. Abuzar, thank you so much, Abuzar, for joining. Okay, the next name is Gabby. Thank you so much, Gabby, for joining. Mm, Sunghoon, thank you so much, Sunghoon, for joining. Jester, thank you so much for joining. Jester, you are welcome. H-U-N-I. Oops. H-U-N-I. Okay. H-U-N-I. Yeah, H-U-N-I. What are you doing, man? H-U-N-I. Okay, thank you so much, Honey. Thank you so much for joining. Suida, thank you so much, Suida. Yonbook, thank you so much for joining, Yonbook. Philly, thank you so much, Philly, for joining. Zoe, thank you so much for joining, Zoe. Manan should be back. Thank you so much, Manan. Ray Gabby, thank you so much, Ray Gabby, for joining. Lydia, thank you so much, Lydia, for joining. Amira, Amira, thank you so much for joining, Amira. Okay, Lalisa is the next name. Lalisa, Lalisa, thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is again in Happen. Thank you so much. In Happen. Suida is again writing his name. Thank you so much, Suida. Baby Monster is in the Baby Monster. Okay, Baby Monster, you are welcome. Zukti. Zukti is the next name. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Alia is the next name. Thank you so much, Alia, for joining. Thank you so much. Jeonjin. Jeonjin, thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Ili, thank you so much, Ili, for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. This M-A-N-E-Y. Okay, E-Y. Thank you so much for joining. Stephen King. S-T-H. Stephen King. Thank you so much, Stephen, for joining. King. Okay, thank you so much, Stephen King, for joining. Next name is Mina. Thank you, Mina, for joining. Avila, thank you so much, Avila, for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Hilal. Thank you so much for joining. Lee now is again and again writing his name, and I am saying again and again thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Yuna. Thank you so much, Yuna, for joining. Sophia, thank you so much for joining, Sophia. Iroha, thank you so much for joining. Iroha, you are most welcome. Ada, thank you so much, Ada, for joining. Jenny, thank you so much, Jenny, for joining. Rahul, thank you so much, Rahul, for joining. Selena, thank you so much, Selena, for joining. Okay, who is the next? Manan is again writing his name. Thank you, Manan, for joining again. Okay, who is next? Rose. Thank you, Rose, for joining. Who is next? Lida. Thank you so much, Lida, for joining. Okay, Yonchai. Thank you so much, Yonchai, for joining. Okay, who is next? Blastic. Okay, Blastic. Thank you so much for joining, Plastic. Who is next? The next name is Haru. Thank you so much, Haru, for joining. Saida. Thank you so much for joining, Saida. And here is a rose for you, Saida. Okay, Megan, thank you so much for joining. Here is a crown for you. Thank you so much, Megan, for joining. Hurup. Okay, Hurup, thank you so much for joining. Lisa is again in writing his name. Thank you so much, Lisa, for joining. Okay, the next name is Carol. Thank you, Carol, for joining. Carol, thank you so much, Carol, for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Catsi. Okay, the next name is Catsi. TSEY. Okay, thank you so much, Catsi, for joining. Next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Carolina. Thank you so much, Carolina, for joining. Thank you so much. Raha is the next name. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is BYLLEWN. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? PAULA. Okay, thank you so much for joining, Paula. Sana, thank you so much, Sana, for joining. Alexia, thank you so much for joining. Who's next? BYLAR, Baylor. Thank you so much for joining. AILA. Ela, thank you so much for joining. ILLID. Elite, thank you so much for joining. Okay, who's next? Adil, thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Next is Kira. Thank you so much for joining, Kira. Next name is Mini. Thank you so much for joining. Next name is Jisoo. Thank you so much for joining, Jisoo. Gabriela. Gabriela. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is this Laura. Lee Serifin. Lee Serifin. Serifin. Lee Serifin, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Pema. Pima. Pima, thank you so much for joining, Pima. Okay, who is next? Pillars. Okay, thank you so much, Pillars, for joining. Okay, who is next? Next name is Blackpink. Thank you so much, Blackpink, for joining. Breton is the next name. Breton, thank you so much, Breton. Who is next? Next is again Claudia. Thank you so much, Claudia, for joining again. Okay, who is next? Kim Jenny. Okay, I'm picking this Kim Jenny. Thank you so much for joining, Kim. Who is next? The next name is Elisa. I think it is Elisa. Thank you so much, Elisa, for joining. Okay, the next name is Oakley. Okay. Okay, the next name is this. Sorry, this name I can't pronounce. Okay, the next name is Jana. Thank you. It's Jana. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Next name is Jeff. Thank you so much, Jeff, for joining. Okay, next name is Lara. Thank you, Lara, for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Doma. Thank you so much for joining, Doma. And Jisoo is again and again writing his name. Thank you, Jisoo, for joining. Okay, who is next? Salvador. Salvador. Thank you so much, Salvador, for joining. Okay, who is next? Next is Dylan. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Next is Mimi again. Thank you so much, Mimi. You are so cute. And your name is also so cute, Mimi. Okay, who is next? Who is next? Stiffy. Oh, so sweet name, Stiffy. Thank you so much for joining, Stiffy. Stiffy. Where is it? Stefy. Okay. I need to correct it. Stiffy, your name is so cute. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, next name is Simon. Thank you so much, Simon, for joining. Okay, Danila is again and again writing his name. Danila, thank you so much for joining. And the next name is Jeonjin. Jeonjin or Jeongin? Okay, whatever you are. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Shuhada. Shuhada. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining, Shuhada. Okay, who's next? The next name is Jima. Jima or Gima. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Isaac. Thank you so much for joining. Next name is Fiji. Fiji. Okay, Fiji. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining, Fiji. Okay, the next name is Anna. Thank you so much, Anna, for joining. Okay, who is next? The next name is Kason. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? The next name is Kaka. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, Jenna. Okay, thank you so much, Jenna, for joining. Okay, who is next? Okay, the next name is this ELLY. Okay, Enrily. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Next name is Vida. Thank you so much for joining, Vida. Who is next? Defasha. Okay, Defasha. Thank you so much, Defasha, for joining. Who is next? The next name is Ahmed. Thank you so much, Ahmed, for joining. Okay, who is next? The next name is Hisiung. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Next name is again Lara Raj. Thank you so much, Lara Raj. You are so amazing. Okay, who is next? The next name is Leah. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Next name is Manan. Again and again, Manan is writing his name, and his name is also so beautiful. Manan. Thank you so much, Manan, for joining. Okay, Alice is one of the most beautiful name. Alice, thank you so much. Leyla. Okay, the next name is Lela or Lela. Cron emojis for you, Lela. Thank you so much for joining. Aliza. Okay, Aiza and Aliza, thank you so much. You are so lovely. Thank you so much for joining. Again and again, Daniela is writing his name, and I am again and again writing his name on screen. Daniela, thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Jenny. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, who's next? Next name is Isabelli. Thank you so much for joining, Isabelli. Okay, where's Belly? Okay, here it is. Okay, who's next? Next name is Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining, Lisa. Thank you so much. Okay, the next name is Sophia. Sophia is very beautiful name. Sophia, this cron emoji is for you. Okay, the next name is Yuna and Elite. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, who's next? Ira, Eliza, Isa. Oh my god, 3 names. Isa or Eliza and Isa. Thank you so much for joining. Inhappen is the next name. Inhappen. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Next name is Emily. Thank you so much, Emily, for joining. Who is next? Veronica. Thank you so much, Veronica. You are most welcome. Veronica is the next name. Veronica. Thank you so much, Veronica, for joining. Next name is this Minju. Thank you so much for joining. Next name is Han. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, again and again, Lara Raj is writing his name. Lara Raj, thank you so much for joining. Nitha, thank you so much, Nitha, for joining. Okay, who is next? The next name is Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. Your name is so beautiful, Jenny. Thank you so much. Ira. No, it's Ira. Okay, I put it again. Ira, thank you so much for joining. Afeda, thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Danny Lee. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Shibal, thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Next name is Ferit. Yeah, right. Okay, Ferit, thank you so much for joining. Emilomo, thank you so much for joining. Okay, I am putting this name. Eric, ERIQUE. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Stray Kids. Stray Kids is again writing his name. Thank you so much, Stray Kids. Okay, who is next? Next is Kaya. Thank you, Kaya. Who is next? Ibrahim. Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for joining. Bettina, thank you so much, Bettina, for joining. Zeba, Zaina, Elia. Okay, Elia, thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Janita. Janita, thank you so much for joining, Janita. Isabelli is again writing his name. Okay, I put it again. Isabelli, thank you so much for joining. Alicia, I think it is Alicia. Thank you so much for joining. Ada, thank you so much for joining. Julio, thank you so much for joining. Julio. Okay, who is next? The next name is Roya. Roya, thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Nitha. Nitha, I think I already taken it. Okay, the next name is Mirele. Marula. Thank you so much for joining. Oops. Okay, the next name is oops. Where is the next name? This is the next name. Thank you so much for joining. Manon is writing again his name. Manon, thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Muhammad. Muhammad is the next name. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, this is the next name. Gashi, thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? Baby Kid. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Niri, thank you so much for joining, Niri. Okay, who is next? Nitya, thank you so much for joining, Nitya. Okay, who is next? It is K. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Hyun Chin is again and again writing his name. Hyun Chin, thank you so much for joining. Era, thank you so much for joining. Who is next? The next name is Yon Chai. Thank you so much, Yon Chai, for joining. Okay, who is next? Next name is Bree. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Okay, the next name is this Malgulperi. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Irwa is next. The next name is Irwa. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, who's next? The next name is Gail. Thank you so much for joining, Gail. Okay, who is next? Next name is again Han. Han is again and again writing his name. Okay, who is next? Next is Lucy. Okay, who is next? The next name is Missy. Thank you so much, Missy, for joining. F-E-I-N, Fiend. Okay, this is the next name. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Next name is Bang Chen. Thank you so much for joining, Bang Chen. Who is next? The next name is Talia. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Next name is again Lara Raj. Thank you so much, Lara Raj, for joining. Who is next? The next name is USSR. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Lyna. Lena. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Next name is Ellen. Thank you so much for joining. Ellen. Okay, I write it again. Ellen, thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Seungmin. Seungmin. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Who is next? Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, Simona. I think it is Simona. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Who's next? Felix. Thank you so much, Felix, for joining again. Okay, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Next name is Manon. Thank you so much, Manon, for joining. Okay, who is next? The next name is this. Tyson. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? The next name is Yuna. Thank you so much for joining. Yuna. Thank you so much for joining, Yuna. Okay, who is next? Next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Martin. Thank you so much, Martin, for joining. Okay, who is next? The next name is this. Thank you so much, Jenny, for joining. Okay, who is next? Next name is EADA. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Next name is Iro. Thank you so much for joining. It is Iro, not Iri. Okay, thank you. Oops. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Shan. Thank you so much, Shan, for joining. Iroha is the next name. Iroha, thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Nikita. Nikita, not no. Nikita, thank you so much, Nikita, for joining. Okay, who's next? James, thank you so much, James. It's not James. James, thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Philip. Thank you so much for joining, Philip. Okay, the next name is Hiva. Thank you so much, Hiva, for joining. Okay, the next name is Trizzy. Thank you so much, Trizzy, for joining. Livia, thank you so much, Livia, for joining. It's Livia. Okay, the next name is Rose. Rose, thank you so much for joining, Rose. Okay, who's next? Who is next? Next name is Lara. Thank you so much, Lara, for joining. Next name is Hyunjin. Thank you so much, Hyunjin, for joining. Okay, the next name is this. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, who is next? The next name is Papaya. Okay, thank you so much for joining, Papaya. Merit, thank you so much, Merit, for joining. Merit is the next name. Okay, the next name is Wonhee. Thank you so much for joining, Wonhee. It's not Binhee, it's Wonhee. Thank you so much. Okay, the next name is AJ Shabil. Thank you so much for joining. Who is next? Next name is Megan. Thank you so much, Megan, for joining. Okay, the next name is Oscar. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, the next name is Linao. Linao, thank you so much for joining. The next name is Tree Clover. Tree Clover is the next name. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, again